All right, let's give our three swimmers a great hand here. We've got in lane 6, Max Zollner from First Colony wins Heat 1. Nicely done, gentlemen. And over in the even pool, it was Richard Burns. We have Heat 3 in the water. We have Jim Laurie from Sierra Nevada in 3. Gard Arneson from Michigan Masters in 4. Alan Bell is in 6 from Puget Sound. Pete Raines from Chicago is in 7. Wayne Helm in 8 from Minnesota. And from Wisconsin in 9, Fred Russell.
Taking a dive in on the far side is heat number 4 with lane 3, Larry Darrow. Lane 4, Bill Burns. Lane 5, Gary Colton. Lane 6, Daniel Dudley. Lane 7, Larry Kravitz. And in lane 8, Paul Brown.
winning heat 3 in lane 6 was Alan Bell. Alan swims for Puget Sound Masters. Nicely done.
Winning heat number 4, representing Mercy Healthplex with a time of 2:46.74, Gary Colton.
Heat 5 in the odd pool. Swimming from Rolling Hills in lane 1, Eric Van Boer. In 2, Larry Krauser from Spokane. In 3, John Wrightson from Reston Masters. In 4, Bruce Williams, Lone Star Masters. We have Tom Wolf in lane 5, and Tom swims for Lone Star Masters. Cliff Stevens from Oregon Masters is in 6. Ryan Boissard from Sarasota Sharks in 7. Greg Tharp from the Woodlands is in 8. Dean Pochos from Wisconsin in 9. And John Seelan from New England is in lane 10.
Taking a look over for heat number 6. In lane 3 is Marty Hendrick. Lane 4, Greg Joseph. Lane 5, Pete Tarnapool. Lane 6, Boyd Black. Lane 7, David Johnson. And in lane 8, Joe Vokey.
You know, Cody, there's a variety of reasons why people join Masters swimming. Some do it because they grew up swimming and competing. Others have a variety of stories, and we're going to share some of those with our folks today. And I'm going to share one right now from Rachel Henning. Says her background was not in swimming, but in track and field. She was a 7-time Division I All-American pole vaulter from LSU. And she competed at the Juniper World Championships in Poland, which happened to be where she met her husband. Her background in swimming was limited to a few summers as a child doing summer league. And for over a decade, she struggled to find something that would satisfy her competitive itch. Well, she found swimming. We'll continue with that in just a few minutes. Tom Wolf from Lone Star Masters in lane 5. Well, time of 2:15.48. Takes heat 5. I have heat 7 down here in the odd pool. In heat 7, lane 2, Joseph Majera, unclassified. In 3, Tom Barton, Lone Star Masters. In 4, Robert Tierney, Texas Ford Aquatics. In 5, Craig Peterson, Rocky Mountain. In 6, Scott Shake from Arizona Masters. 7, Branch Archer, Longhorn Aquatics. In 8, Bob Wetchland from Movi. In 9, John Rittenhouse from Excel. And Ted Bird from Low Country Masters is in 10.
On the far side is heat number 8, with lane 1 being he told me how to say this, I'm still going to butcher it. Lex Pagoose.
Hold on.
Pagoose?
Zerwinski in lane 7. Is that what you were asking?
No. Lane 2, Jim Mohan. Lane 3,
Okay.
Michael
I
Moreland.
gotcha.
Lane 4, David Vaughn. Lane 5, Neil Fisher. Lane 6, John Davis. Lane 7, Robert Serwinski. Lane 8, Robert Frappa. Lane 9, Chris Osborne. And lane 10, Joseph Bakel.
Where's Ansley when you need her? This guy told me how to. This guy told me how to
did
say
he?
his name, and I forget already.
Peggy's. That is in lane 5, Craig Peterson from Rocky Mountain, taking heat number 7.
Taking heat number 8 with a time of 144.7, representing the Virginia Masters Swim Team, David Vaughn. So far, he's winning. I got excited, all right? I'm a backstroker. Now David Vaughn takes it with a 221.19.
Heat 9. Heat 9, all the way from Alaska in lane 1, Dave Keddington. In lane 3, Richard Huey from Auburn Masters. In 4, Nathan Brazil from Longhorn Aquatics. 5, Jim Tolcher from Illinois. Valerie Cristal from Swim Fort Lauderdale is in 6. Richard Morris from New Albany in 7. Jeff Irwin, Sawtooth Masters, is in 8. In 9, Albert DiPrezito from Palm Beach. And in 10, Thomas Grisa, Wisconsin Masters.
Taking a look at heat number 10. In lane 1, Jose Barbel. Lane 2, Richard Cross. Lane 3, Sheen Larson. Lane 4, Stuart Carroll. Lane 5, Kurt Dixon. Lane 6, Lawrence Lee. Lane 7, Douglas O'Brien. Lane 8, Bob Bokakchi. Lane 9, James Taylor. And lane 10, Christopher Colburn. Scott, there's a reason I joined the military.
And what's
I don't
that?
have to be very smart in the military,
Oh,
especially
but you
in
do.
my job line.
You do. In lane 5, winning heat 9 is Jim Tuchler from Illinois Masters with a time of 2:06.60.
Taking the win for heat number 10, representing the Golden Road Aquatics with a time of 2:06.97, Kurt Dixon.
In heat 11, lane 1, we've got Scott Himke from Lone Star Masters. Chris Daniak is in 2 from New England Masters. Edward Tioso from Swim Fort Lauderdale in 3. Charles Rodis from Michigan Masters in 4. Michael Chiappetta from Mount Lebanon Aquatics in 5. Don Secor in lane 6 from Illinois Masters. In 7, John Rockwell from Club Tribe. And in lane 10, Brad Schmid from Swim Kentucky.
Starting on the even side is heat number 12 with lane 2, Douglas Gilmer. Lane 3, Vince Dalchuk. Lane 4, David Bell. Lane 5, Tyler Locke. Lane 6, David Denrich. Lane 7, Abdel Garcia. Lane 8, Matt Miller. And lane 9, Aaron Hawkins.
In lane 6, Don Secor from Illinois Masters with a time of 2:05.15. Wins heat 11. Heat 13 in the odd pool. We have in lane 2, we have Brian Bergford from Rocky Mountain. Adam Patel is from Michigan Masters, and he's in 3. Travis Bartosh from Nova Aquatics in 4. Felipe Maia from O2 Performance in 5. Jim Tully in 6, and he swims for New York Athletic Club. In 8, Corey Herpel from Cowtown Swimming, and Kevin Chen, unclassified, in lane 9.
Winning Heat 12 with a time of 2:05.78, representing the YMC of Greater Des Moines, Tyler Loch. Diving in now is heat number 14 with lane 3, Christopher Stickle, lane 4, Tim Stimbaugh, lane 5, Chase Mesford, lane 6, Nader Amir, and lane 7, Luke Colomine.
For those swimmers that didn't hear us earlier today, if you'd like help with pronunciation of your name, come on over to the announcer stand. We'll be happy to take the phonetics so we get it right. In lane 5 from O2 Performance, Felipe Maia with a time of 2:01.58.
Taking the win for Heat 14 with a time of 1:59.31 from Rocky Mountain, Tim Stimbaugh.
In Heat 15, I have C.G. Young from Swim Long Beach. In 3, Andrei Nikishenko, Team Walker. Rob Newell from Olympic Club is in 4. Eugene Godso, New York Athletic in 5. Jeff Engie from Little Rock Masters in 6. Tom Bullock from Little Rock Masters in 7. Kevin D. from Dogwood Masters in 8. Jeffrey Hayer in 9. From Longmont, and Andrew Michelis from Swim Long Beach is in 10. Thank you.
On the far side, we have Heat 16 with lane 1 being Aaron Athenas, lane 2 Anton Ispin, lane 3 Brian Hogan, lane 4 Abdel Asabab, lane 5 Austin Quinn, lane 6 Thomas Lumsinger, lane 7 Matthew Schwiepert, lane 8 Aaron Hedler, lane 9 Daniel Gundner, lane 10 Michael Barrowcliffe.
Lane 4, Rob Newell from the Olympic Club. Time of 150.52. Great swim, guys.
Winning Heat 16 with a time of 148.73, representing the New York Athletic Club, Thomas Lunchsinger.
Last two heats are in the water. In lane 1, William Salber from Sarpy County. In 2, Luke Burnbridge from New Albany. In 3, Nathaniel Hubenthal from Rocky Mountain. Carter Jacobson is in 4. He's with the Olympic Club. Also Olympic Club, Andy Song in 5. Sean Nee from Athletic Club. In 6, Taras Polikoff from Beaver Swim. In 7, Matthew Erickson from Wisconsin. In 8, Byron Rossmiller from Puget Sound in 9, and Ryan Clemmer from Fort Lauderdale out in lane 10. This is heat 17 of 18. And Cody has 18 down in the North Pool.
I do. And in lane 4, we have Matthew Yaffe. Lane 5,
swim.
Fernando, phone a friend,
Ruvalcaba Cruz.
Ruva Balba Cruz, Zachary Capon, and Steven Sablesike.
In lane 5, Andy Song from the Olympic Club. In lane 5 with a time of 150.31. Nice swim, guys. 148. Cody had a really fast swim down there. In lane 5, from Fernando Ruvalcaba Cruz from Team Walker with a time of 148.80. Great swim. And that concludes the men's 200 back.
I feel like we just started.